Uphill climb on Sunday, going against two of the league's best in the Patriots and the Lions. Steelers on the road against the Lions, and the Ravens at home against who just lost for the first time in 10 games against the Bills. Steelers right now on top of the AFC North. They have a 64% chance to make the postseason. The Ravens, on the other hand, on the outside of the playoff picture, and they'll have just a 23% chance to reach the playoffs with an L this weekend. Which AFC North team do we have more faith in to get it done this weekend? Pittsburgh or Baltimore? We're going to go around the horn here.
I believe both have an uphill battle, and even as a Steelers fan and a former Steeler, I have more faith in the Ravens. I think where these games are being played matters. I think the ability to run the football against the New England Patriots matters, and I don't believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers in Detroit, in that dome, will have what it takes defensively to go win that game. So I have to pick the Ravens in this.
Yeah, I'm with the Ravens, too. This is about matchups for me. I just think that Detroit Lions offense is a terrible matchup for Pittsburgh. We just watched the Steelers defense stop Miami in cold weather. That's great. The Lions run game is more similar, I would say, in some ways to what the Bills were able to do in terms of imposing their will. Think about all those Lions skill players and how good they are blocking, and then remember the Steelers DBs getting thrown off the ball but against Buffalo. Whereas when I look at New England versus Baltimore, I share a lot of Ryan's sentiments. The running game in Baltimore, I think, is starting to come alive a little bit, and the run defense in New England has gone way downhill over the last few weeks.
Do you think Patriots are going to lose 2 in a row?
It's not about them losing. You ask a question who I had more.
Yeah, I think they got a better shot.
Right. Exactly. For that reason, that's why I have some trepidation about the Ravens, but they'd still be my answer to this question because I like them better at home than Pittsburgh on the road in Detroit, especially against that brother Gibbs who is aching to get off. He's always aching.
And he had a tough week last week. The Rams did a really good job.
Can't see that happen to him 2 weeks in a row.
It's Baltimore. But here's my question with Baltimore, too. Like, not only this weekend, can you get out of your own way?
Yeah.
Like, Baltimore has, I agree, the run game has been better, and so that'll matter versus Pittsburgh. But there's also moments where I'm like, God bless, can we catch the football?
Yes.
Can the right guard block someone? Lamar, can you play on time a little bit more consistently? And, like, that's where I'm at this point with Baltimore. They look so odd and so different from what they were last year. And there's why there's a lot of us still hanging on Baltimore because we know what they're capable of if they'll just get out of their own way and stop hurting themselves.
One thing I did find encouraging, it's the Bengals defense, et cetera. Lamar looked better running, I thought, this past week.
He did.
He seems like he is getting more comfortable weeks removed from the hamstring injury. I expect the Patriots to play a decent amount of man coverage, so there will be opportunities for him to scramble.
And I feel like you've seen that as a progression for Lamar. If you go to the second half of the Cincinnati Bengals game and then you watch some of those plays against the Steelers and then last week against the Bengals, he's starting to also, I think, understand that if I don't do this, if I don't add this part or bring back this part of my game, we have absolutely no chance of winning. And I think he's going to have to take on some of what we see Josh at times, where he's like, this has to be all on me.
I just think with Baltimore, if they can get rid of a lot of the self-inflicted wounds right now, because there's not teams that can say that. Like, Pittsburgh's not an offense where I sit there and go, if they can stop
There's another level,
Right, like Baltimore, if Baltimore will get more crisp in the pass game, I think both of their guards have to play better. The pass game with Zay and Mark has to become more consistent. Zay drops a ball last week, becomes interception. 5 plays later, makes a diving catch in the end zone. Mark Andrews, who's as go-to as guy, reaches up, almost another interception off his hand. So it's like, can they stop hurting themselves? If they do, I think I'm encouraged with what they can become, not only winning the division, but in the playoffs.
I'm encouraged with what they can become from the standpoint that if they get to the playoffs, they'll be playing with house money because years and years and years of expectation. What we've seen Baltimore struggling with up and down this year, for them to be in the playoffs.
No, there's no house money.
No. What I mean by that is that to be in a playoff with a one-and-done scenario, I mean, everybody needs to fear them in that regard. Here's the other thing, brother, as an aside. If Baltimore wins this game, all of a sudden our eyes are back on the AFC East and how interesting that would be because now you got New England trying to hold on with Buffalo just a game behind them. New England lose this game, things can get very, very interesting. We're going to find ourselves looking at New England and Josh Allen and Buffalo.
Ravens, this is their last home.
On a playoff run. Would you say Saturday or Saturday?
Saturday. No.
He did it.
I ain't scared, Lou. I don't foresee this happening.
He did it.
I don't foresee this happening. Look, Aaron Rodgers played his best game. The Steelers played really well against the Miami Dolphins. Competition's going to pick up. They have a big week this week against the Lions. Can they slow down? This is more a defensive indictment, in my opinion. They have to play really well on defense. If Aaron Rodgers does his role, he can do it. I don't think the defense.
How would you assess their chances of winning a playoff game?
Yeah, I think it looks better when you see the Chargers might possibly be their matchup, but I still don't really like their chances. The quarterback, when you get them under pressure, obviously all quarterbacks get worse. They don't attack deep down the field, and their inability to stop a power rushing attack, that's scary.
A playoff win, Lewis? They haven't won a playoff game in 9 years.
Chargers?
A playoff game?
Yeah, I think it's all matchup specific.
Yeah.
No question about that. But you know what? Look, when Pittsburgh's on it, look, they looked really good the other night. And Aaron looked really good in some frigid weather now.
And not just good the other night. No TJ Watt. And they had Tua in the blender.
Boy.
I understand we're talking about Tua and his limitations, whatever, but Devon Achane didn't allow him to get off. Now, the trouble is that they got to stop Jahmyr Gibbs, who's coming off a not-so-great night last week, and also the Lions are coming off a loss. Every time they lose, they win the next game. That's happened 15 times in a row. The Steelers need to make sure that doesn't happen this weekend.
Kmart has been doing her homework. She's got Steelers and Lions for us this weekend for Countdown. Okay, next one, Jeff. If I said the Jaguars are going to beat the 1 seed, the Broncos, on Sunday, Saturday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Come on, the
No
name would have been
Jaguars.
great here with the Broncos, bro. Come on.
The Broncos are the best team in the AFC. But I will say this. Their defense is lights out. If not the best defense in the league, one of the best defense in the league. They can pressure you like crazy. Most people convert based on penalty. I'm just being real. Like, you got to go earn it in Denver. Trevor Lawrence played his best game last week against a bad football team that you root for a lot.
Yeah.
So, but when I look at there's definitely ascension. Can Trevor Lawrence go there and take care of the Broncos? I don't see that.
I feel like, yes, the Broncos, I think everyone is sold on. What about the Jaguars? Is this a team that we should be taking seriously?
I think we should take them seriously. The way that, the skill level of the quarterback, the way the coaches changed things, and as you'd be surprised at the impact that Jacoby Myers has. He's someone who's willing to go over the middle of the field, and when they play action as hard as they do, there's someone who's able to capitalize on the reaction of the underneath players by that is really helped this offense ascend. So we know that they have an ability, and we've seen Trevor Lawrence lead playoff comebacks before. They have an ability to go deep, and they have pass rushers who can get after you on occasion and create big plays. So I think this team should be taken seriously, but the Broncos.
They've been accumulating high-level talent for quite a while down there, and Liam Cohen, the head coach, is now starting to get it together. You know, the thing that I really liked as far as Trevor Lawrence's performance, you see how he utilized the backs in the passing game.
Absolutely.
I mean, both Etienne and Tootin caught touchdown passes because Trevor's seeing the field as well as he's ever seen it. And the touchdown that he threw to Brian Thomas Jr. down in the red zone, that was a laser. So this kid, he's on it right now.
Yeah, elite athleticism.
Liam Cohen is going to show Jeff Saturday's Saturday behind closed doors because we're crediting Ben Johnson for how he's sort of turned everything around in Chicago.